want 3 million cookies? Yes.
I told Chris I'm going to have to call him back. I lost my mind for a whole day off of a free ad in Specialty Food Partners
But that means
magazine.
y'all have something, though.
You know what? And it's so good to be the it girl until you like, oh, I can't handle this.
So would you ever consider getting an investor to get a bigger space?
Not yet.
Not yet. It's too new.
Speaking of that, there are free aspects. We're going to chime in right now. Free aspects with the University of Maryland, as well as all of the Maryland women-owned small business. It's an organization. And they have all of these nice little cohorts and classes and help you write your business plan.
Yeah.
They help you figure out how do you get your money. So we're in that little loop right now.
Okay.
She's in a course. I was just approved to be in a cohort, which is in January. I don't know if I can talk about it yet, but January 2025. It's a stepping stone for where we want to be. And I want us to go the route of the small business loan first.
Gotcha.
For us to do everything 100% is still ours. Yes.
I understand wanting it to be yours. Welcome to another episode of the Kickback with Keri podcast. I'm your host, Keri Henderson, and I'm excited to welcome the mother-daughter duo that is transforming the gourmet cookie industry. I found them online when I was working on a community service project. They have been featured in a number of publications, including Refinery 29, Architectural Digest, and I'm excited to talk to them today about their business, and you'll learn why you need to be purchasing their cookies after this episode. I'm excited to welcome Tanisha Thompson and Angel Thompson Cephas. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having us.
So, not in sync. Okay.
We might do that a lot.
Listen, that means y'all are in sync together.
Yes.
I understand. So first, I want to thank you guys, one, for being here, and two, for being a participant for Lunch Bag Link Up and donating your cookies. For those of you that don't know, earlier this year, well, by the time this episode is live, last year, I started Lunch Bag Link Up, and we meet quarterly to make sandwiches for nonprofits in the area. And shout out to y'all for having your search engine optimization working. I get excited when I find businesses online, like without social media. I'm like, yes, they're doing it right. Because I just searched online for Black-owned cookie companies.
Okay.
And I have found some other ones, but I wanted somebody local because I wanted it to be a local endeavor, us as a community serving.
Yes.
So when I found y'all, I was so excited. And then when I reached out, you're like, yeah, we'll give you 60 cookies here, 60 cookies. I was like, so I appreciate you guys.
Thank you for
having us. And thank you so much. And their cookies are bomb. We're going to talk about them because they're so good. But tell us how you started Bell's Reines, your gourmet cookie company.
Oh my gosh. So as normal, this is what I would do. Angel, how about you tell them?
Well, it actually started off as a food blog. It was called Dulcet Scintilla, and there I would just share recipes. And really, I created it so I don't forget what I just made in the kitchen. And so I built a community from that. My mom goes, hey, like such and such wants that cookie you just made, or such and such wants that bread that you just made. You should sell these. So from there, we started to branch off from the actual food blog and started selling our baked goods, but not just baked goods. We were making also short ribs and things along that line. And then we did a little dabble into some catering and some personal chefing. And we were like, okay, don't like that. So
it's
scratch that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what made me happy was making miniature things. I don't know, it just gave me joy. So we focused more towards cookies. They were easy. They could
don't forget the cupcakes.
Oh yeah, we did have cupcakes too.
Cupcakes.
Yeah.
Now, if your cupcakes taste like how these cookies taste, y'all might need to bring those back. Give me a snickerdoodle cupcake.
And we did.
We did.
You do?
Yes, we did.
I might have to place a special order.
So we had miniature cupcakes as well as miniature cookies. But the thing was pain point was making sure that we could ship those cupcakes, and that's a whole shenanigans we don't have to get into today. So we focus more just on the cookies, and to pay homage to my grandfather and her father, we decided to name it Belle's Reines.
And what does that name mean?
So Belle is my grandfather's last name, and then Reines is French for queen, so like his queens.
Oh, I love that.
We
Okay.
are his queens.
Yes, y'all are. I love that. And so, what has that dynamic been like working together? Because you decide, okay, we've tried all these different things. You love doing the miniature cookies, but what's that dynamic like working mother-daughter in that relationship? Because some people are like, I could never work with a family member, or, separate business and family. And then some people are like, I can, it's great. Let's bring them together. So how's that been?
Let's say, yeah, I'm gonna jump in on this one. So since she didn't put any milestones, so 2018, 2019 is when actually Dulce Centella was getting up and ramped up to become what it is today, which is still a free platform for recipes. So if you decide to look up dulcecentella.com, everything is free. There is no commercials and there's no pop-ups.
Yeah.
And you can have it on your screen, go through the entire recipe and make it. So that was one of her goals, to give back. So in creating Trust Yourself is the name of the company itself, the parent. So it's Trust Yourself, ADKT, after those two initials, my son and my daughter. And we made certain that once we got on the same page, which was, Mom, I cannot continuously do this big cake and that little cake and these big cupcakes and these little miniature cupcakes. So when she said we were all over the map, we were literally, but my friends, I love my friends dearly, really. Shout out to Gina. She was our first customer. She made a cake. Her mom turned 75. So Angel liked miniature cakes, and it was a naked cake. So a naked cake, Angel, let her know what a naked cake is.
A naked cake means that there's no like buttercream on the outside. It's like the bare minimum on the cake.
So it was like 6 inches, right? 6 inches in diameter, and it's easy. You don't have to do all the curvatures and have the little spinning table to make certain that everything looks so professional. So that gave her joy. So in pitching more to friends, families, coworkers, anybody who was saying, sure, I'll try it. What, $15, $19, $20? Okay, I got it. It became overwhelming, just to be honest. So she left that part out. So I'm not a cookie pusher, but I was a cupcake pusher. I was every kind of pusher. Shoot, we had brioche buns. She forgot that. People around Thanksgiving like, oh my gosh, we can make homemade bread. Why not? Meaning Angel.
They had you working out here.
She was working. Like, really, the hustle was easy for me because I can talk. Can't you tell? And she's like, all right, Ma, wait a minute. I can't do all this. So the dynamics of me agreeing with everything from the family recipes to her modernizing certain things to getting to the small cookies, I'm here to push her as far as I can and to allow her to grow in this type of platform. Right. So when she said she wanted to make small miniature cookies, I said, well, let me get a package. She's like, huh? I said, if we could get a package, we could go far. I'm thinking down the road, I can ship it. I can do all kinds of things. We didn't even have a commercial kitchen yet. So I was thinking more visionary, and she was thinking like, oh, I can only do this right now. So
that's the balance.
That's the balance.
Like the creative and then the visionary, the business, to kind of like, okay, you have the vision, now I can execute.
Yes.
So you had the blog in 2018, and make sure you guys give me the link for that, and we will put it in the show notes so people can still get free recipes. So when did Belle's Reines come out of that? So 2018 was the blog, right? So when did Belle's Reines launch? How many years after that you think was that?
I want to say the thoughts to getting on the same page. So it's a lot of conversations that we had internally. So 2018, 2019, COVID hit, 2020. Yeah. So we had that time to basically 3 years to play around with everything and anything that was actually happening. November. So no, tell her about your journey of you trying to find us a design company.
She's like, if I'm gonna give y'all behind the scenes, let's talk about it all.
So once we became on the same page, which is this is 2020 that we're talking about. We needed to find a person who could make this packaging that you have in front of you now. But that took a lot of time. We started locally. We contacted people all throughout the DMV, but when we met with them, there just wasn't a connection. So on my way to work, I was at a light and I just Googled the same thing I've been Googling, which is like a branding packaging company. And then boom, this company appeared. They were on my home screen. Their name was Atlas. They were located in North Carolina. It was like Asheville. Yes. I was hit hard by that hurricane.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they were located in North Carolina, and it was a husband and wife run company. So we set up a meeting with them, and they gave us a big giant to-do list. It felt like we were in school.
Yes.
They had like
They're
a
like, help me help you. Here's your list.
questionnaire. Yeah.
Right.
And we met with them, and then from there, they picked our brains. We told them what we were looking for. We gave them our inspirations or like things like magazines or particular colors, and they created the packaging.
Well, wait.
That's amazing.
You left this part out. Huh? I needed to get in the car, right?
Oh yes, we drove.
I drove because I needed to meet them face to face.
Yeah, you have to. For something so big, you have to see who you're dealing with. Yeah.
And the whole thing is, they're going to be a part of our journey forever. You know, you're helping us not just pick out our names. She actually did. She helped us pick out the name of the cookies. We had a whole different name back in 2018 and 2019. She was like, you can't do that. People
No one's gonna know what that means.
We don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, okay. So we were flexible too,
Yeah.
but someone that we didn't know, but we trusted what she was saying. And understanding, I'm like, I gotta meet her. I gotta meet Lisa. Drove 8 hours down, rented a car. She was asleep. And it was just like love at first sight. Man, we got in the room. We talked and talked and talked.
So you knew it was meant to be.
I knew it was meant to be. Just like today, I could call her on the phone and she's like, okay, Tanisha, I know we could talk forever now. We got to get off the phone. I was like, okay, I'm good. Just make certain that we're on the right path. No, I got you. Just ask me any kind of questions, which was wonderful. Really, really wonderful.
That's amazing. So this is 2020 during COVID?
2021.
2021.
Yeah, we finally got her after Angel's long to-do list of going back and forth with maybe 200 design companies, branding companies. Oh my gosh. It is serious when you're trying to talk. I said I'm a visionary, right?
Yeah.
But that does not mean that you're grasping everything that I am talking about. And she is a different age than I am. Sure,
Yeah.
we look alike. We look like we're sisters. Okay, got you. However, when her style and my style, like I wanted darker colors, rich blues, like the chair you're sitting in right now. I'm like, this is going to be luxury. This is what I'm going for. And she was like, oh, well, you see how soft-spoken she is, right? So it could be some pastels colors, which is, if you see, we do have more pastel colors, and then I get the darker, like the golds that are in it. So we combined, and she just took everything that we were actually doing. It was amazing. That's all I can say. I could talk about Lisa forever.
Yeah. What would you tell somebody who's looking for like the right branding partner? Because it sounds like it's more than just packaging, right? Like she helped you flesh out your vision. So she really helped you with your brand creation, because you have the idea, right? And you always need someone. Sometimes it's like, oh, I have this idea, but I need someone to help me put it on paper and make it make sense.
Yes.
So if someone's starting, let's say, food and they need packaging, what are some things they should be looking for to find the right partnership? Because I know it could be, one's very expensive and time consuming.
Yes.
And what you don't want to do is get the wrong person, spend a lot of money, and then have to do it all over again.
That is true.
So what advice would you give someone who's looking for like the right partnership when it comes to like branding or packaging?
I would say to follow your intuition. There were just a lot of these meetings that you go in and you just feel off by it. So listen to what your intuition is telling you, and also make sure that you do your research and you have like an open forum with the whoever you're going to be working with. So they can throw ideas at you. You can throw ideas at them. They are experienced in the area and they know what they're talking about. That's important.
Yeah. So Lisa and their whole company were in CPG branding. So CPG is the consumer packaged goods. And you have to have that 4 to 6 seconds of the ultimate goal of when she actually was pitching to us. You want to be on the shelf, right? I sure do.
Yeah.
I didn't know I wanted to, but yes, I do. So if you're having that eye catching, which is the colors, which is the sizing, where is it, the shimmery. So if you take the actual packages on the front and the back, it shimmers just a little bit. And if you're walking past something and you're like, wait, what did I just see? That's what she gave us. And that was her whole focus on, we want you on a shelf. We need for you to have your shelf presence.
Yeah.
So we came out with 3. So you always need to come out with an odd number, as my daughter always told me from photography that she took classes in because we were playing with food. So it translates over into almost every aspect in life. Odd numbers, which is odd, it works.
That is true, because even I think about, like, this is so random, like, even like plants, technically I should have 3. Like, you're not supposed to have 2. You look online, it's like, it's always odd. I'm like, I don't know why that's a thing, but it works.
Yes, it does.
Somehow it works. So what were the first 3 products that you guys launched when you did this packaging? You met with Lisa, she got y'all together, you're ready to go. What were the first 3 items you guys launched?
The first 3 items were oatmeal raisins, snickerdoodle, and chocolate chip with sea salt.
Nice. And what year was this?
By this time, so we were working with Lisa from November, because we finally hired her. She went on vacation in December of 2021. We really didn't launch. And then when we did our homework, it was faster to make certain that what it was that she wanted us to do, she could just give us 4 or 5 designs. It was just like, wow, that was fast.
Yeah.
January? Yeah, January 2022.
Oh, so it's only, so I thought.
A couple of months. But still, when we went through the whole process from the whole summer of 2021 to find Lisa by that time, she gave us our homework. We did what we needed to do. It was no fun and games because money. It is money.
It's a lot of money.
Very serious. And understanding we didn't come up with a new name because we had a different name and she didn't even like it either. And which is why I loved her. She's like, I don't like that
She's
name.
like, no.
Y'all need to come up with something else. Nobody's gonna know what that means. Oh my gosh, if she says that one more again. Now, don't get me wrong.
But now when you hear the name, though, it's perfect. It makes sense.
Now, Angel, how did you really come up with Bell's Reines? For real?
Yeah, we just had a meeting with them, and we saw the packaging, and we saw the way that they wrote it, and that's when they expressed, we don't like that name. So that whole afternoon, I was just playing around.
Afternoon, you hear me? Afternoon.
Playing around with Google searches, making sure that it wasn't like a registered name or anything like that.
Yeah, because we do have a trademark with
I'm about to
Bell's
say,
Reines.
get your trademark.
Yes,
then,
you have to
guys.
get your trademark.
Do your
Yes, you do.
research, please, because that will
hinder
cost you a lot
Yes,
if
it
you're
will.
not trademarked. Because I've went down that road, even for the name for the newsletter. I had a trademark attorney, and she was like, the Kickback, I mean, we could try, but it's a little too many other things in that category. You might need to add your name to that. And I was like, I don't want my name on it, but I understand.
Yep.
Because she's like, you don't want to be pushed back. Then you got to do a whole another 6 months trying to like convince the USPTO office that it's not the same. Like, it's just way too much. So did you guys, when you first launched, were you just online only, or were you also doing, because I know sometimes, we've texted before, you're like, oh, I'm at this event. And, so were you guys also doing like, farmers markets, or was it just online? When she was like, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk. Where were you when you
they
launched?
actually did not approve us.
For farmers markets?
No.
Yeah, they said we have a lot of cookies. That's what they said.
Hey, we are.
But they also have like 3 or 4, what do you call it? 3 or 4 farms when you go to get groceries. I've got a farmer's market and it's like 3 or 4 all selling the same.
So, yeah, life is wonderful. So you have to speak positive about things that are that do not make any sense. It's like, wait, what? Oh, we have too many cookie companies. Oh, we have too much da-da-da-da. Thank you. Next. We applied maybe to 10
in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could definitely see you guys there. Because I go to them and I'm like, oh, this would make sense. She said, That is. It's like, y'all know when y'all watching, like when black women say so much without saying anything at all.
There you go.
The eyes are telling me all I need to know.
You see what I'm saying?
I understand. Okay, so then when you launched, it was just online.
Because we tried to go outside.
Yeah.
And once we did go outside, we learned certain pop-ups You still have to convince someone to
Yeah.
try something they've never had. And I had to do some convincing with this young lady to my right, which was we need to give away samples, and that took a moment.
Yeah.
And which means
Why is it because it's you? And is it in your mind? It's like, okay, I'm just giving away this stuff for free, and it costs so much to make, or
Yes, because normally when you're giving out free stuff, I think of Costco.
Yeah.
And then you're just trying things. You're not necessarily going to buy it. Or is it going to leave an impression? No. So it's just, like you just said, money just going away.
in your mind, you're just like, and that's how much did I just time and money did I spend making these cookies, and we're just giving away with no return on the investment.
Right. So that was the things that we had learned, once you give away something, which I started to convince her, it's like, wow, if I don't get that sale right now, or if I don't have that banter going back and forth, they're not coming back. So your window of opportunity is just like that quick second. Did I get you with a glance to look at it? Yes. So our first pop-up, I would say, was in Pennsylvania. They embraced us. What? No.
It was here in
it was
Silver
here.
Spring.
It was in Silver Spring.
Was it downtown Silver Spring?
No, it was near a church. It was a men's group. It was Juneteenth.
Right. When we just got the holiday.
For Juneteenth, yeah.
For Juneteenth, yes. Yeah, right.
So was that 2020? That was what, June 2022?
Yes.
Yeah.
The first holiday, and we sold out.
Nice.
Yes.
And we had a tent because the branding young lady, Lisa, is wonderful. And the first thought was once they came down, we was the first vendor when you were there.
What Chick-fil-A?
Like, wait,
No.
but we have some colors, but they're not all of their colors. We sell soft gourmet mini cookies. It was on the top. Reading was fundamental that day. No one read. No, we were Chick-fil-A people. And do y'all work for the company, or y'all representing someone else? It's our company.
Right.
Interesting people. Yeah.
But look where you are now. So it worked out.
Right? It worked out.
So someone's gonna be like, well, why did you decide on miniature gourmet cookies versus, regular size? Well, I don't know what regular size is, but non-miniature cookies.
Calories, sugar intake. Yeah. With the larger cookies, when you go to the shop, they're not very transparent. You don't know what they're putting in there. And then secondly, they don't tell you how many calories. But normally it's about 1,000 plus calories. And so with ours, we wanted to make sure that it was a guilt-free pleasure. Like if you wanted to add this into your normal life, you don't have to feel guilty that you need to go run 5 miles or whatever the case might be. So less calories, less sugar. It is cute.
It is
Little,
cute.
yeah.
Because when I got the bag the first time, I was like, oh, I could really sit here
and eat the whole bag.
I was like, I don't know. I actually stopped myself because I don't know if I should, but I really want to because they're so good. But okay, so June 2022, yeah, that first event sold out. Then you went to Pennsylvania. Was that another
in July in 2022?
In July, was that another sold out event?
No, we were
It was rained out.
We were rained out. At that time, my son wasn't working 100% for the company, so it was my son-in-law, who's not here, Kadeen, which is her husband. It was a lot.
Yeah.
So your first big event after COVID, and then you're outside. So then you don't need your face masks and all that other stuff.
This crowd was different.
They
wanted us to pitch to them. There was a big giant crowd. Now tell us about yourselves. What made you said yes?
At like a farmer's market thing?
It was a part of, what do they call it?
Us.
The snack town fair or something along that in
It was sponsored by
Pennsylvania.
us.
And did they tell you that before y'all signed up for this, that they would be requesting a pitch?
No.
No. So she would do it, and then they would buy the cookies, and then people would say, "Oh, this is better than my mom's. Don't tell her." And
and it's on our actually behind the scenes. We do have those
in our highlights on Instagram.
highlights on Instagram. Yes. It made us feel real good.
Yes.
Interesting. I've never been to any type of event like that where they make you like pitch in front of everybody.
Well, they didn't. Let's put it this way. They said, "Tell us about your business," or "Tell us about your brand." And by us talking, because we're all in uniform, we all look aesthetically appealing. This is not our company, but it is our company, and we're able to articulate what it is that we're offering. And guess what?
Be on Shark Tank.
More people, exactly. More people were coming out, and then like, oh, oh, well, wait, is this? So if you have 2 or 3 people, normally, it's true. People flock
they
towards
do.
things when it's like, okay, what are they talking about? Oh, no, we need to know. And then, oh, you don't have any more of this flavor, or you don't have any more? Oh, no, we got you. It's okay. It's just not out here. Oh, okay. It was like a mind game that we're playing, but we had never had the time to play a mind game because we weren't invited to the farmers markets. But it's okay.
Listen, I will do my best and try to advocate when I go to the farmer's market in the spring because I love going to them.
No. We are going to bigger and better things. I can tell you about that a little later, but it's all right.
So so you guys launched, you have these events where there's 1 or 2 like challenges that happen when you guys were like, I don't know if this is going to work.
Oh, yeah, the months that you don't have any orders. Oh, okay. Because if you don't go outside and if you're not figuring out what we need to do with the algorithms on any type of social platform, and we work with a company to help us get that exposure once we really had a full line of cookies, which costs money too, because you still have to manage, or you just need to have the capital. Yeah. So investing the more capital in the beginning, which is we're still a baby. We're only 2 years old, and we'll turn 3 in January of 2025. But not having the backings of, not being funny, but not even your own family. So we are a family, the 4 of us, and we all pitch in when we can. We all have full-time jobs. So understanding what really is needed and what you have to do, this is a heavy lift. And there's no way, shape, or form to try to sugarcoat it. You have to be not crying, but if you cry, it is what it is. You pick your bootstraps up, as they would say. Yeah, you heard that? When I heard that so much, it's true. It's almost as if you can't make it on your own. Why would anybody else want to buy from you? You had an idea, sure. Did you see it all the way through? So how much more time, commitment, and money of your own you're going to put into to allow for other people to join in on your journey to your success, or wherever that might be.
Well, with this podcast, we're going to get you all the sales.
Oh, you know what? And we're going to get you out there too.
Listen, we claiming it. That's why I'm so excited when I found out. I was like, when they're local. And I'm all like, okay, they're local and they Black. And we worked together multiple times, and your product is just really, really good. Especially, I love, as someone with allergies, I love that it's gluten-free and like no nut free because I have a nut allergy, and it's vegan. If anybody wants to go the vegan route or wants to be introduced to veganism without going all in but still have their treats, so that's what I love. To me, that's the one thing that kind of I think differentiates your cookies from others, because it's hard to find like a good balance for sweets that are not, because I know I've even looked at stuff like, oh, if I wanted to do vegan, a lot of stuff is nut based, and I'm like, it's cashew milk or it's almond milk or it's this. And I'm just but what if you have a nut allergy and you want to try vegan? Yeah, what are you supposed to do? And of course there's other ways to do that, but I'm just like, everything I see, even people post recipes online, we'll be in the comments, us nut allergy people so do you guys have a recipe that doesn't include nuts? Because we need some help over here because we're trying to be a little healthier. Right. Because by the time this airs, it'll be 3 years. Has there been one pivotal milestone? I know, you're still funding it, you're working it with full-time jobs, but has there been one milestone that you guys have experienced in the last 3 years where you're just like, yes, this really put us on the map to get us more introduced to a larger audience, and we could see ourselves really getting some momentum and moving forward?
That is.
Go ahead.
The DMV Shop Made in DC.
Yes.
So what is it?
Shop Made in DC.
Okay, what is that?
It's a woman-owned business, and they have different shops throughout both Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, and they showcase all local artists, whether they are painters or they make jewelry or they sell food.
Or T-shirts, hats, all kinds of things.
They have it all in that shop. So she applied, and they interviewed us. And
wait, no. I applied for a store that I hadn't even thought about opening yet. So
it didn't exist yet.
Yeah, it didn't. So it was supposed to be a store in College Park, Maryland, and it was launching in 2023. So we're still in 2022. Megan?
Megan? Yes, it was Morgan.
Morgan.
So we interviewed with Morgan in Georgetown, and they liked the cookies so much. They said, "Oh, well, we can put it in Georgetown as well because you're within that mile radius." And that was our big break.
Yep.
They put us in all of their stores, and that's how we started to be a part of their corporate gifts. So now we're having even more orders. A producer from Fox 5 saw us in the store, and then
Just
they
on
said,
the show.
"Hey, would you guys like to talk about your stuff on our channel?" Of course.
Yep.
You're like, yes, we will be out here. Yes.
Yes.
So I would say Shop Made in DC is a pivotal company that helped us get to where we are.
And you guys are also now in the Smithsonian, right? Did I see that?
Yes.
Talk about
African
that.
American Museum.
I was so excited when I saw that. I said, I know. Because that is my
Yes.
ultimate favorite museum. I have been there, I don't know how many times. Because I'm a charter member. So when they first started, they gave charter members a preview. I went like 3 times before like officially opened or right after. I don't know. But when I saw that online that you guys were in the museum, I said, that's where you need to be. So how did that come about?
We were at an event that the Hyatt had started doing.
The Black Hyatt.
The Black Hyatt. It's a thing. It's called the Black Hyatt. It's a bag. So I was like, ooh, all right.
Yeah, it's an they said it stands for something. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what it stands for. But they've had 2 programs. So the first program, they had it in Virginia, in Reston, and it was to get the local, almost like a pop-up.
Yeah.
But you're popping up inside of the Hyatt.
Okay.
And they brought in procurement people, the chefs, all local people, even from Boston. They flew on in. And by that time, that was in 2020. That was 2022.
2023.
2023. Black History Month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So Black History Month, that was our first go.
Juneteenth was the first one.
Juneteenth.
Yeah. See, you're
Well,
jumping
I'm
years.
flipping. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Right. So Black
like, so many
History Month
events.
was 2024.
Yeah, this year.
This year. So all of those things that you see right now happened out of one event.
That's amazing.
So I decided to do a press release. And at that moment, I didn't have a official PR firm. We did that event at the Hyatt. We met people we didn't know who Allison was. So people were coming to our table and taking our cards.
But they didn't have name tags, so we didn't know who
You know
we were
who's
talking
who,
to.
yeah.
We had name tags,
they did.
but they didn't. So we didn't know
can we
who
put a name to a face? Can I get an introduction?
Right.
Yeah.
And it became just a conversation. Allison had reached out to us and we were like, Smithsonian. Oh, okay. What do you need? What do you like? She was like, give me your wholesale list. I was like, okay. Crickets. And then it was like a purchase order had hit, and then it was like they needed to hurry up to put it in the stores, which was African History Museum, and then the American History Museum.
Oh,
so we were in both.
Come on
right,
now.
Right. And it was like, wait, what? Oh my gosh, this is going to be great. So just because we were at an event, we did the WTOP thing. That article came out of having that
At
article,
that event.
meaning that PR thing.
The WTOP was, I don't know how he found us. Maybe it
Nick.
was just Google. Yeah. So he does the interview and he airs it. And then a few days later, someone from the airport calls. And they're like, "Oh, would you like to?
Brian Ball.
Would you like to?
I remember everybody's
have your
name now.
cookies here?"
So you're at the airport now too.
Yes,
in 4 locations.
Now, I was at
Ronald
Dallas. I was like,
Reagan.
had I known last time I was at the airport, I would have been like, you guys can find them at the airport with my
Yes.
phone. Like, yes, come support them. That's amazing. From one event.
From one event, from a press release. And run one event.
So what I'm hearing for those that are listening is that you just got to keep showing up.
Yes.
Like, you don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
You just got to keep being consistent, keep showing up, know and recognize that you're in the right place at the right time.
Yes.
And then basically the light switch will go off when it's time to. Because timing
Yes.
really is everything.
Yes, it is. It really, really is.
That's amazing. So what is one thing, since you guys are working together now on this brand for, it'll be 3 years, what is one thing you've learned from each other working as business partners? I don't know if that's a good thing or a good lie or a bad.
Right? So, as my daughter would
She's
say,
a workaholic. That's what I
am.
did learn.
You said she's a workaholic?
Yeah, it takes a lot to say, okay, take a break. Take 5.
Gotta find balance, a little bit of balance.
So yes and no, because I am a planner and I like to be ahead of the curve. Like right now, I have a spreadsheet already in the house. We have 3,200 cookies that we have to make, bake, package, and ship. That is before November 26th. And we
That's
have
like
to,
a week.
you know? So, and one purchase order came in last night at like 5:08. And I said, Angel, did you see it? Mom, yes, I saw it. I was like, oh, okay. You know, they need 1,700 cookies, you know, in a week and a half. Okay. So the bigger the purchase order, the bigger my nerves. And then, you know, you have to have wine and unwind. And that becomes maybe every other day. And she's like, but Mom, you shouldn't be drinking. Hey, wait a minute now. So first of all, I'm working too much. And now
I shouldn't be
I'm trying to
drinking.
unwind. And I'm like, okay,
Which one is it?
I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah.
So it's, whew, yeah. But the anxiety level of us all, I would say, even for my son, we went to San Francisco a couple of weeks ago, right? It was our first time going to a Walmart. So we are in Walmart stores.
Are you?
Yes, we are. No. I'm sorry. Ooh, where am I?
Not yet.
No, we're not there
But
yet. No.
Walmart.com. We're on the website.
Ooh, calm down.
I'm about to say, because I can go down the street and go to Walmart.
I'm speaking that into existence.
Yeah,
but
because
you
I'm
know,
like, I'll use the app.
roll that back.
I'm about to say, I'll use
Like
the
the
app and place
sales.
an order. Even though it is better, you should buy directly from the business website.
But here's the thing. Walmart.com, we got in good this year. Guess what? Her name was April Bell. I was like,
Bell.
Amy Bell, man. But the point was the last name was Bell.
Bell.
We're Bell's Reines.
Yeah.
I was like, you related to us? And next thing I know, she's like, I don't know. Her computer went down. We had a conversation with her that allowed for us to get in on certain things. And I think because the computer went down, just to be honest, we're on their flash deals. So honestly, if you wanted to go to Walmart.com and look up Bell's Range, you could.
I'm going to, actually.
Yes. And we're still the fulfillers.
Yeah.
And that's their platform, but we're on there. And we've been on there for 2 years too. So that was our first account that we had after launching, pretty much.
And that's a huge account to
everything.
have after launching.
Yes.
So through all of that, then what have you learned from Angel's anxiety, which I was getting at, it can be very high. To Mom, I'm going home now. Because some days we work from home and we're in the house, but we're working the day job, and then we're having like maybe a lunch meeting between us, and then it's like, yeah, Mom, I can't do this no more. I might be off tomorrow, but I'm not coming here. So having a balance from me, because I am a talker and I'm high energy. I'm an extrovert. She's an introvert. It's still a balancing act too, and enough is enough. Dang. Oh, she didn't shut down on me. I can't get nothing out of her today. You're like, I had to wait till tomorrow.
I would have to wait like 2 or 3 days because she ain't ready for me. I'm a lot.
Angel, what have you learned from your mom working together these last couple years?
She's definitely a go-getter. Nothing can stop her. And I wish I had her energy level all the time. I just don't have that energy level all the time.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Y'all are really each other's yin and yang, which it works. It
works.
You gotta have both though.
Yep.
For business, like to really be successful, you have to have both, right?
Yes, you do.
Because let's think about, if you think about like, if you're there, you gotta have that one person that's willing to talk to people, be out there, be the face, get the, maybe, if you're at this event or that, I mean, someone who's really to really have those conversations. If someone else is a little bit, a little bit shy, but then you also need someone who's the creative and come up with the ideas and the flavors because you have the food background. So I think it's a beautiful balance.
Yeah.
To like balance each other out for it to actually work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. And you want to know, in the beginning when I was trying to share my father's story, because he passed away from cancer and he loved our sweets. But when I would get choked up. And that's when I would just say, Angel. I mean, I'm holding back tears because it is something that we did do with my dad. We made chocolate croissants with him. We had cakes, we had pies, we had ribs, collard greens, macaroni cheese, like everything that was going on.
Yeah.
So it's a missing link, and so she's helped me in that respects. Okay, Mom, I don't know if I'm gonna buy you a coach or something, but you're gonna have to figure out how to do this. You can't get choked up every time it's time to talk about Papa. I'm like, well, come on.
That's
I'm
your
an only
dad.
child. Right.
Oh, I'm an only child too.
Right, and it's harder.
gonna
I
be-
was daddy's girl. It was like, there's big T, here's little T. Like, you can't have one without the other. So,
Understand.
yeah.
But that's why y'all are here for each other.
Yes.
And that's why it's you two. It's the family business. It's the family business, and y'all are creating legacy,
yes, that
right?
is
Like
true.
it's legacy with your family line. Like your dad may not be here, but you still continue his legacy with that name,
Correct.
right? And you're
Yes.
you're doing something that you all used to enjoy doing together. So he's
Yes.
still here.
Yeah,
he's still with you.
And that's the problem, too. That's how you get choked up. And then, it's just like, oh, Lord, I know, Dad. Leave me alone. That's kind of cool.
So I saw online that you guys recently got your official women's
Yes.
women-owned business certification. What does that mean for you to know that like you have that certification? Because I think it was a press release that I see that you were like, we are official, and I'm we gotta talk about this.
Man, I'm a woman. I got a business. I was like, wait, what? So the journey to just get to that point, I was rebellious, just to be honest.
Because you would go outside and every time you meet someone, oh, you guys don't have that certificate? Oh,
Really?
you guys should get this certificate.
That
It
was a
opens
hindrance?
more-
Who knows?
That's what they would say.
Right.
Who like what these other companies you're trying to work with would say, or yeah,
Well, dropping names. Let's do it. We was at the Hyatt. So that was the thing. They would say, you don't have this certification. You don't have that certification. And then we were working with another company, Compass Group. And before she was letting us in the door, well, she already hired us, right?
Yeah.
She's like, you know what? You can work with this other department, but I'm going to need for you to get this certification. I was like, and I was doing that on the phone. She's like, it doesn't matter. We understand. We are all women. We're in the business. You need to get this certification. I was like, okay. And just buckle down and do it.
yeah.
That was in, February?
Yes, this year.
Of this year. All that happened this year.
Nice.
So from the press release with Nick to WDOP, the state of Maryland, Carla, she reached out to us. And then the city of Rockville, Rochelle, they were on the conference call double teaming me. I felt like I was beat up. It was like the third conference call that I'd had from women. Now, Rochelle and Carla were Black women in higher places. And it was like, okay, so you're going to get your certification. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I mean, and I just let my hair down there. I was
Yeah.
like, why? I'm a woman. I'm this. Yeah, but what if you wanted to do the state of Maryland in their procurement office, and if you wanted to do the things at the federal level? I'm like, I'm already registered on the federal level.
As someone who's in the federal, they like to see
Those
certain
certifications.
things.
Well, only
Yes.
because like they'll do set asides.
Yes.
And all the set asides you have to be a certified, because then you can have a woman owner, but they like to see you're certified woman owner, certified small business, or certified 8A.
Yeah.
So I could see that. Yeah.
So I buckled down. They beat me up already. I mean, with that wet noodle. So
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I am actually going to sign up. So I signed up through the U.S. Women's Chamber of Commerce, which is right here in D.C. They are third party to the government, which is SBA.gov. Sure, you have to do it for a fee, but since we are food and we'd never had our own kitchen yet, we're still in shared commercial kitchen. Their idea was basically give us all your paperwork. We don't necessarily need to come to your physical location.
Gotcha.
And that was a plus for me to make certain. I don't like lying. I mean, I'm very transparent, as you can see with all of our cookies and everything that we do. We try to tell everything that's happening.
Yeah.
And once you understand that you're trying to get certified by a third party or anybody, your life is open. You need to be comfortable with that, which is if you Shady McGrady, it's going to show up.
I'm about to say, have your business in order.
Yes, have your business in order.
Like have your stuff in order.
So from March until September 30th, that chunk of time, that chunk of my life, we're growing. We're getting exposed to all types of new things throughout this is just November. So this just happened. So when the press release came out, I found out we got an email September 30th, but I didn't find out until October, that first Monday. And I was like, oh my God, we got to do a press release.
Yeah.
We got to tell the world. I mean, the whole world.
Listen, since the whole world was getting on you about getting that certification, you're like, you gonna know that I have one.
And those 3 women from the Compass Group and the state of Maryland and the city of Rockville, those was my first 3 people. And Lisa.
Nice.
Lisa was the second one. Because she had to help me write my capability statement to make certain that I can register on SBA.gov and make certain that everything is in up and up and, you know, with your cage number and your UEI number.
Yep,
and
all of that
lovely numbersness.
Because I was on the contracting side, like contracting officer side, so I know all of those things.
Yes.
It's the fun stuff.
But
get you some federal contracts though.
yes, that is the goal. So I have a contracting background as well, 20 plus years.
Yes.
So my whole goal, putting it on out there, federal bureaus of prisons is one of my targets that I want to be their snacks. Because they buy snacks every day
Yeah. So
for the people there.
So why not buy from you all, and it's gonna be a healthy snack
There you go.
and taste good too. Yes.
So that will be my goal, but you have to time it for when those RFPs or RFIs are released. So you just got to pay attention. So that's on my radar.
So how would you guys define success for this business? What does that look like for you? Yes, we want some federal contracts. You know, we've gotten your certification. Is there any brand partnership or any moment you can think about, like, this would be like where we want to be when it comes to Bell's Reines?
I think the success moment will be when we have our own facility and we don't have to turn away these bigger corporations who have reached out, because they want
what we got.
They want what we have, but they want a number that we can't do on our own.
Got you.
For instance, we put an ad in Specialty Food Association. It's like one of these big sort of companies that bring all the food and beverage throughout the entire world all together. So we put an ad in there. They let us do it for free. And then we get a phone call and they said, oh, we see your snickerdoodle. We want snickerdoodle. We want this. We want that. And we're like, okay, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
And we want special packaging. Okay, we can work with you on that. And how much we would like it for next summer. We're thinking about $3 million.
3 million?
You want 3 million cookies? Yes.
I told Chris I'm going to have to call him back. I lost my mind for a whole day off of a free ad in Specialty Food Partners
But that means y'all have
magazine.
something though.
You know what? And it's so good to be the it girl until you like, oh, I can't handle this.
So would you ever consider getting an investor to get a bigger space?
Not yet.
Not yet. It's too new.
Speaking of that, there are free aspects. We're going to chime in right now. Free aspects with the University of Maryland, as well as all of the Maryland women-owned small business. It's an organization. And they have all of these nice little cohorts and classes and help you write your business plan.
Yeah.
They help you figure out how do you get your money. So we're in that little loop right now.
Okay.
She's in a course. I was just approved to be in a cohort, which is in January. I don't know if I can talk about it yet, but January 2025. It's a stepping stone for where we want to be. And I want us to go the route of the small business loan first.
Gotcha.
For us to do everything 100% is still ours. Yes.
I understand wanting it to be yours. Yeah.
Yes.
That's always an interesting conversation around Black-owned business. Like, do you get an investor? Do you not get an investor? Or do you go the loan route because you don't want to give up ownership? Or there's so many different options. But yeah, I can't wait when I look up one day and you guys are like, yeah, so we processed 3 million cookies. And I'm like, yes. That would be amazing.
You know what? And then just a couple of weeks ago, after all of those press releases and everything, the young lady, I can't think her name was Ella. She is a buyer for cruise lines, hotels, and airlines. And from the standpoint, see, that's how we felt too that day. It was
Angel over here is like, I'm overwhelmed.
we were so this little, it's almost like confirmation.
Yes.
When someone wants you,
It's some God winks.
Yeah,
to know that you're on the right path.
We are on the right path.
Yes.
And understanding she has the background, which is in quality assurance, right? And the first thing the young lady says is, do you have third-party auditing? I was like, Angel knows what she's talking about, but Angel's not on the call right now. Okay. So once I put all the information down, and she was like, we would like to have 100,000 cookies a week, okay, for a venue. So I named 3. So, math was not mathing. I said, Angel, what are we going to tell this young lady? Like, how are we going to do this? And she was like, understanding that we would need to come out to look at your place. I was like, oh, okay, there you go. There's my red flag again. Where we have to go and what we need to do. But understanding that her background and where she is at her day job, she has all this under her belt. Right now, that could help us when it's time to move towards our own facility. We make sure we get whatever that is that she does every day.
I could see y'all. I could see at least the next 2 years you probably be in a facility. I can see that.
I'm giving myself 6 months, but okay. I like that too.
I mean, we'll say by 2 years, be 2 years or less. Yes. I can see that.
Well, it would be the ultimate one that she wants. I would see 2 years. The one that'll get us.
That'll get you to the next step.
Get me to the next so I can say yes.
Yes.
A little bit more.
So would the next step be another commercial facility or like your own? It would be your own, but just smaller than the ultimate goal. Yeah. It's kind of like it's like bigger than what we have right now, but it's not as big to do 3 million.
So here's the thing. Everything is about automation.
Yeah.
And you have to have the clean room. You have to have this, and you have to make certain that everything is checking all the boxes. First of all, you have to pass the audit, for even some of these companies. And an audit could take
an EM program.
Yes.
You have all these different programs.
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot.
So standard operating procedures, like she will become. I know she don't want to hear that part, but it's like, yeah, your day job will become this new job.
Do the SOPs. Yes. Well, let's get into.
She's not excited.
She's like, no.
She's
like, I'm fine where we are right now. It's good. We're good. Right. Let's get into these cookies, though. Let's talk about what we have. You want to give us a breakdown of like each flavor, and I don't know if you had notes for those to share. I will tell y'all, get your snickerdoodles. They're so good. Those are my favorite of the ones that I ordered. And I got the vegan and gluten-free snickerdoodles, and you would not know that they were not gluten-free or vegan.
So today, we...
And you can put those up so we can see them on camera. Because there's not...
Me?
Okay. Either one of you, so we can make sure we see them.
So this one is the snickerdoodle one. And this is not the vegan or the gluten-free one.
But you have options.
We have options.
There are options.
Yes. But the highlight of it is, first, it's a soft package and it's aesthetically appealing. If you had your nice little Louis Vuitton or whatever you wanted to do, you can put this in there. It could be like fashion.
Yes.
So we're making certain that you're having your fashion statement and you're able to eat it too.
I love it. Yes. And then we have oatmeal raisin.
Want to grab
that one? Yeah, grab all of
Grab them all. Yes. Oh, the lemon.
Yeah.
The one that tastes like cake.
So this was the one that started all the oatmeal raisin.
Yes.
It has like hints of cinnamon and tons of California raisins in there for those oatmeal lovers. Then we have vegan chocolate chips. So there's no sea salt on this one. It's like a classic chocolate chip cookie, but it's vegan.
But you wouldn't know.
I'm gonna have to try that one because I think the one I got had the sea salt on it, but I'm gonna have to try that one too.
Yeah. Well, these are all here for you and your crew.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome, Kyle.
Yes.
He's like, yes, I get snacks too to go.
Yes.
Yes.
We bring snacks.
We definitely will have some after this.
And then we also bought lemon, which is like a ray of sunshine with tons of lemon juice, lemon zest, just lemon goodness.
But it's also a cake.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
And she made certain that she had. The description says, "Oh, it's a cake in a cookie."
Yeah, I'm definitely trying that one today.
Yes, and it's still not free.
Yeah, everything's nut free.
Everything is nut free, and
That's what I love too. See, y'all are speaking to me.
So
Nut free.
our motto, which is to make certain that we speak to everyone, life is sweet, savor the small things. So the memories that we made with my papa and with the kids when they were smaller, that's what we're trying to do. Shared love and happiness, and hoping that you can make memories too with your friends, your family. Ooh, have a whole moment with yourself, with your wine too. It's great.
Agreed.
Yes.
So, what advice would you guys give other entrepreneurs, especially in the consumer packaged goods space? What advice would you give someone looking to start, or I'll say not even consumer packaged good, a food packaging business? Because, each product type is going to be different. There are going to be
You're right.
different challenges depending on the type of product. So, if someone else wants to start, someone was like, oh, I want to start a food product business. What advice would you give someone who's looking to get into that space?
I would say for me, since I am a everyday learner, I don't mind learning. And if you don't do a deep dive into something that you are passionate about, you're just going to stop. You're not going to keep going. That is what it is. And if you are not in a belief factor of you can eat it yourself too, and maybe some other friends and family have had it, and they're like, oh my goodness, this is so good, you should sell it. Like, we heard that. So, and I'm not looking for that. She wasn't looking for that. And I'm like, okay, we've had way too many people saying the same thing. We're going to need to jump into this a little bit further. Well, what does that look like? Well, starting out, we were a cottage food company. So in the state of Maryland, you can have a cottage food company and make up to $50,000. You don't even have to worry about a commercial kitchen.
What does cottage food company mean?
So you can, like in your kitchen.
Oh, in your kitchen.
It's
Oh,
just
okay.
your kitchen. Now you would have to have the people come to you to pick it up.
Okay.
Because once you put it in your car,
Can't cross
can't cross
county lines.
You can't cross county lines. You can't put it in the mail. You are, as the state of Maryland, who was on my phone, actually in my email, she says, you can't do that. I was like, okay, the state of Maryland told me I couldn't do this back in 2021 because I asked a question.
Yeah.
Well, God doggone that, but I got to find a commercial kitchen. Okay. It didn't stop us. It just said, okay, tell the people come to your house. That's it.
Gotcha.
Just don't put it in your car. Don't put it in the mail.
Don't transport.
Do not transport.
Do not transport.
Do not go past go.
Right. Right.
So also take a deep dive into your state, your county. We're in Montgomery County. They are amazing. They have all types of just free training. So you can figure it out. I mean, I didn't know I needed to be a certified food manager. Guess what? I'm a certified food manager.
Nice.
Yes, I have a license. And it was given to me by Montgomery County Department of Health and Human Services. And it's in my purse right now if you want to see it. So I'm able to operate in my shared commercial kitchen space because 1 and 1 has to go with 2.
Yeah.
And you have to get audited by the health inspectors. So take a deep dive into something to figure out if you want to go this route. It is a heavy lift. And you're right. If you're in the frozen section, it's totally different from this.
Right.
You have to, meaning you couldn't do that as a cottage food company. You would have to be in your own space or be a part of an accelerator program of some sort.
Gotcha. What advice would you give?
What advice? I would just say, make sure it tastes good.
Yeah, that's important. Yes.
Yes.
That's important.
Yeah. Make sure that you like it, whatever it is, and go from there. The sky's the limit. Don't let a no stop you.
I love that. Don't let no stop you.
Don't let no stop.
So before we wrap up, we're going to play a little rapid fire. It's a new thing I just started today.
All right.
So if you guys pass, this is a mug. It has all of mugs you can get on my website. I said it in the last podcast recording. I'm going to say it again. Kickbackwithkeri.co. If you go in here, pull out 2 questions each, and then just a quick, read the question and give us your answer.
Okay.
Just a little fun way to wrap up
Sounds good.
wrap up the episode.
All right.
All right, who wants to go first?
Angel can go first.
We'll alternate Angel and Tanisha, Angel, Tanisha.
Talk too much.
What's
Balance.
the most interesting place you've ever visited? Let's see. Most interesting place I've ever visited. Let's go with Hawaii. Though they're so relaxed there, but I think what I liked most about Hawaii is their poke.
So what?
Their poke.
What's
It's like ahi tuna.
Oh,
It's really good.
that's one place I do.
Their motto, their let it hang.
Yes.
It looks so beautiful there.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. All right, you're up.
All right, my go.
Yes.
Let's see. What traditional What traditional business advice did you choose to ignore to stay true to your vision? Wow.
You would get a deep question.
I know, right? I said, how deep are we going? So we going deep.
Listen, I cut those up last night. I don't even remember what I put in there. I was like, oh, these all sound
Okay.
good. Let me just throw them in the mug.
Traditional advice. You do not need a business plan to start anything.
That's a good one.
That is one that I ignored. Yes.
I agree.
100%.
Because if you did, a lot of people would not start their businesses
Exactly.
because they'd be stuck on how do I create a business plan.
Yep.
I feel like that's one of those things you kind of have to create. You kind of have to start first to see where you want to go.
Right.
And then once you're clear on the vision, then you can write the business plan. But if you're
Correct.
just like out here, like, I don't really know yet, you can get stuck on trying to create a plan and you'd be stuck a year or two later in the same spot.
Yeah. So 2 years later, my little cheat sheet that I brought to our little show today is my business plan.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm ready. I can do it now.
Yeah.
But no.
You have to get the clarity first.
Please.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. What's been the most unexpected lessons you learned about yourself through this venture? Unexpected lesson.
She got a deep one too.
I think it's boundaries.
Mm.
When we first started, I didn't really set them. I was like, yeah, I was just a yes man, yes, just yes to everything. No, that's not the way to go. You have to say no a few times, and there's power in your no. You don't have to say yes to everything.
I love that. There's power in your no. That's a quote right there.
Yes. And I agree with her. I'm glad she's learned how to tell me no. How about that? All right. Last question. If you had a time machine, would you fix your past mistakes or see your future? See my future.
See your future.
Yes. Because I wouldn't have my lovely kids if I had to fix anything from the past. So
Aw.
they are my blessings.
Isn't that so sweet?
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here today. Please let everybody know where we can find Belle's Reines.
Wow. Angels, you can start. Because I don't want to mess up.
You can find Belle's Reines on Instagram, Pinterest, X, YouTube, our website, bellsreins.com, TikTok, the Smithsonian, the Ronald Reagan Airport. The list goes on and on. Just
Yes.
Come on, blessings.
click the find us and see if we're around wherever you live.
Yes. And we deliver nationwide.
Yes. So make sure you guys go to bellsreins.com, place an order for multiple people in your family. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. Follow them on social media. Thank you again for listening and watching to this episode, and I will see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Kickback with Keri podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. The Kickback with Keri is available wherever you get your podcasts.